would you do if you had $1,000,000?
I'll tell you what I'd do, man. 2 chicks at the same time, man.
You know, Doctor, I'm getting a little tired of the sexual innuendo.
Innuendo.
Oh!
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box. Come up on episode 69. We've got some sex. Apparently the kids are obsessed with that number. But we're talking about some dead bodies in restaurants. We're talking about Black Adam, and we've got so much more. I'm Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by generic lens-faced man, Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you behind a mask. This is probably making this microphone broadcast sound awful. And I don't know how long I'm actually going to tolerate this mask during the episode.
It sounds like you're recording this from the other room.
Okay, we definitely can't have that. I love a good gimmick, but all right, this is my Halloween mask. Ta-da!
Ta-da! And I've got, for those watching the video version, I've got my Golden Ghouls t-shirt on in commemorative. Well, this is the last episode for Halloween, so I guess that's as much Halloween as we got. Well, we have got a little spooky something coming up, but
yeah, this thing got all fogged up inside. It's gross.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do that for an hour.
No.
So thank you for talking me out of that.
You're welcome. It's been a while. It feels like it's been 2 weeks since we've done an episode. It feels like an eternity. How you been?
Yes, I'm just finally back to zero. I'm sorry to everyone, the Serb Squad, and the rest of the world that we missed last week. We wanted to do an episode, and my work just literally got in the way. Having said that, though, Mike, I want to already give you a quick shout out here, dude. I know how hard you put into every episode, how much effort you put into every episode, and on several podcasts I listened to, the Waffle Box news team outscooped 2 or 3 times in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, that we roll.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting they're not giving us credit. That's what you're trying to say. They're stealing our news.
They're definitely not giving us credit. No, they're definitely not giving us credit. But you scooped them on those stories, anyways.
That's what I do.
Yeah, man, you're good at it.
Yeah, you got to do something to avoid doing real work, and that's what I do during the day.
Proper.
So, quick announcement before we get into episode 69 of Waffle Box. We just like to make an official announcement that Waffle Box has dropped Kanye West from all endorsements of this podcast. We're no longer sending him any checks.
We're sending him no checks, and unless he does something courageous, unless he runs into a building and saves a child, unless he solves the world hunger crisis, we will, and hopefully it never gets to the case if he dies, but we will not be talking about Kanye West, because I think we're just feeding this frenzy with the rest of the media, and I don't appreciate it, honestly. So he's wildly out of control, and he's going to get himself or someone else hurt.
What I have to say, the outcome, I guess, of his latest thing, where if you don't know, now you know, he's officially been dropped by many people, including Adidas, after his anti-Semitic things that we discussed 2 weeks ago. And a lot of, as whenever something like this happens, you always get the morons online going, "What about free speech? What about free speech, man?" And that doesn't. The U.S. Constitution, for one, doesn't cover hate. Free speech doesn't cover hate speech, and he, just as I guess he's got a right to say what he wants, and he also got the right to dump him. And also, this is a rant I was already going on before, so I've been well rehearsing this. Here's the thing, right? People have been saying, "Oh, why?" Out of all the things Kanye West has said, from the White Lives Matter T-shirt to saying, apparently George Floyd. Oh my God! Is this going in? Jesus, okay. What the? Is that going to blow up? 1 second, right? Pause.
You didn't know it did that, did you?
Oh, I had to just turn that light off in case it gave anyone a seizure or it blew up in the background in the middle of an episode.
I doubt it would have blown up, but yes, seizure, not impossible. Good choice, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. Where was I? Yeah. So he said, his White Lives Matter t-shirt saying that George Floyd died in other ways. He wasn't actually hurt by the police officers. To saying slavery was a choice. And all those things. And people say, oh, why is he only being dropped now from Adidas? And here's a little background scoop from your European friend. I'm not saying this was the main reason, but for those that don't know, Adidas is a German company. It's a worldwide conglomerate, but it's a German company. And
okay,
if you didn't already know, Germany had a, let's just say, a little bit of an awkward relationship with the Jewish people. And so now in Germany, they have taken a full 180, and now they are very much, we do not want to associate with our past. So they take anti-Semitic stuff extremely serious. And so I'm pretty not surprised why a German company would be like, fuck that. We don't want to be associated with him. Bye, 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 bye. So that's one.
This is Franz Adidas in his sleep. So, we love the Jews. We love the Jews. Okay.
Although, fun fact.
That's a callback.
The founder of Adidas, his first name was Adolf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, his heir is now named Franz. So I'm saying.
Here's a little fun fact. So here's a free fun fact for you, just in case want to use this for your friends and seem intelligent. So back in the day, in like the 1920s, there were two brothers, Rudolf Dassler and Adolf Dassler, and they founded a company called the Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory. And then 20 years later or so, I don't know the background story, but basically they ended up not liking each other. And so they split off to found two separate companies. Adolf, whose nickname as a child was Addy Dassler, formed Adidas. And Rudolf, his brother, formed Puma.
I don't know what rumor is.
Puma.
Oh, Puma. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just the facts, ma'am.
That's pretty fascinating.
Just the facts, man. So there you go. You can use that for free.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense too, because they've always been sort of similar in style. Don't ask me to cite any references, but little relatives. Wow.
Well, there you go. There's your weekly Kanye West fix. Never again, unless he, like I say, saves a bunch of children from a burning building. Unless he sets the building on fire himself just to try to get some public, good press, then bad.
He's not above that either, I bet.
No.
Don't be setting any houses on fire, Kanye. We're watching you.
Or should we call him the artist formerly known as Kanye? Because it's Yay now. Yay. Anyway, let's get into the show.
Time for the show.
As it is our 69th episode. I did a little bit of a background, I want to get something sexual in the show.
Ooh, sexual, like a lady.
And so TNT magazine recently published an article about the top 10 sexually related injuries that they'd found. And so I thought, I'd look through this list and come up with my favorites, and I'd read them out to you. So it's just a public service, so people can hear these kind of things and hopefully avoid them, so we have less sexual injuries, which I think is a good thing. So it gets wild, as you can imagine. So the first one is a seemingly fit young woman, which I'm assuming in this context means very physically well, whereas in England, if you say she's a fit woman, that just means she's a good-looking woman. But so I'm assuming she's in physical tip-top
probably
condition.
nice and healthy.
Indeed.
Hey.
Jibblies. So this fit young woman went to the doctors claiming that she had a persistent cough for over 6 months. Oh, which is normally not a good sign, because they say if you had a cough for over, is it a week or something, then that's normally not a good sign. 6 months she had this cough. And so they did some tests, ran some tests, Turns out the cause wasn't a cold or a nasty bug, but rather a condom that had been accidentally inhaled during fellatio.
Wow.
Questions?
What?
Yeah, I have several questions as well. What are yours?
So how she not, like, the guy was clearly wearing a condom when she started and then wasn't wearing a condom when they
finished.
ended. Like did so, not to get all graphic here, but I guess this is a sexual story. Like, so, like, did the guy climax and then she just kept going, and then as he got soft, like
Well, maybe she had hiccups.
Was she drunk?
Oh,
Was she that drunk that she didn't realize
so.
it happened?
But
I
you'd
mean,
like I
that
said, you'd
drunk,
have to, you'd like to think, if you're doing the thing, and then afterwards, oh, where's the condom gone? I'm assuming you do a little search and rescue operation. Let's try to find this. And then immediately, I imagine she starts going,
torn that sucker off and thrown it off into the void and never found it again. No.
Surely you'd put 2 and 2 together there, but apparently not. Now, the worst story is, and you know it's going to go well when the article starts with a 20-year-old man, reportedly healthy and sober at the time, was hospitalized complaining of rectal pain. A digital examination revealed a stony, hard mass, and the patient soon admitted that he'd been fooling around with his partner and they'd decided to pour concrete mix into his anus. So luckily,
what?
Luckily the doctors were able to remove the concrete, so the patient was able to be discharged the following day.
Was it the shape of his canal? Like, was it in the form of his backdoor canal, or was it just, chunks and rocks?
I'll be honest, it didn't go into that kind of information, but I am never one to judge anyone on their, sexual fetishes.
I think we need to start judging Mike.
But at no point in my youth did I think, what would be really hot if you stuffed concrete mix in my ass. I don't. Just use a dildo.
No, this doesn't happen to women. At least it's never reported that some woman has poured concrete mix into her asshole. Like, it's always guys. It's light bulbs, little toy cars, produce. Like, things are always getting stuck up guys' butts. But we never hear about this from women, and that's maybe why they're the smarter sex, I guess. I don't know. But guys, stop putting things in your butt.
No, well, I mean that's where the G spot is. So I mean,
Within
I'm not going to judge. If you want to put things in your butt, we're not gonna, we're not gonna. That's it. But not concrete mix.
Yeah, things are gonna put you in the hospital. Keep them out of your butt.
Yeah, light bulbs. That's another one. Yeah.
Like, where are you getting? Like, I imagine like his man's just bent over in front of like a cement mixer, and it's just like, all right, here. And then
at no point during the so we got the concrete mix. Okay, and pour some mortar in there.
Involved in this?
At no point did the making of the concrete mix did they go, actually maybe this is a bad idea.
Has this a-hole been so prolapsed that they could just like pour a glass in at a time, like?
Or was it like, one of those like funnels? And
like, this is definitely a sideshow. Like, this is something you could see at the circus freak show. This, Jesus Christ. Guys, stop putting stuff in your butts.
Be safe with the butt stuff. Boys and girls.
Safe. Especially boys.
Anyway, let's talk about nicer things. Let's talk about dead bodies.
Yay!
This story comes to us from Fox 5 in Washington, D.C., even though the story didn't happen in D.C. see, just to be clear. So what happened was, so there was this restaurant called Jasper's, which seems like a fun place. Apparently, it's a chain restaurant. I've never heard of it, but there you go. It's in Largo, which is in Prince George's County in, I believe, Maryland. I could be wrong, but anyway. So police said they received a call around 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday for a woman unconscious inside the Jasper's bathroom. Medics who responded to the scene on the gives the address, doesn't really matter, found the deceased patron, and she said most likely died of a heart attack. This isn't the controversial thing. So this woman's had a heart attack in the bathroom. Must have been, what did she have for dinner? But according to the police report, the woman's bathroom was closed off to customers. However, the men's bathroom remained open for everyone to use. The restaurant was full, and reports said tables were still being seated while the woman laid lifeless in the restroom. And so people were like kicking off, being like, how did you stay open while there was a dead body in the bathroom? And I'm kind of like, I don't know what your thoughts on this are, but I'm kind of like, what's the problem? What's the problem? It's not like she was sitting at a table. If she was like sitting at a table and there's literally a dead body in the middle of the dinner table, like, then fair enough. But if this is in the bathroom and it's locked off so no one can go in and see the dead body, I haven't got
it's already an inconvenience for all those women who have to go into the men's room. And it's an inconvenience for all those men to walk in the men's room and find a woman using one of the stalls. On top of all that, this has to be a food health issue. Again, it's the restaurant. So any dead bodies anywhere on the premises, be it not in the kitchen or in the dining room or wherever, it's a little closed long enough to get the body out of there. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe, but
it takes 3 hours. Maybe it takes 7 hours.
I'm like, as long as the food isn't being prepared in the bathroom, then what's the problem?
Hopefully not.
But the owner, Fred Rosenthal, said the coroner did not arrive until 2 hours later, and a woman's body was eventually removed from the side door of the restaurant. If people feel that we
Star Trek,
if people feel that we disrespect them in any way, that is not what we're trying to do. They later released a statement saying, quote, "Last night, one of our customers tragically passed away within our establishment. On behalf of our ownership, management, and staff, we send the sincerest and most heartfelt support and condolences to the deceased's family. We will be reaching out to the family to see if there is any way we can support them in this time of grief. Maybe give them
free breadsticks for life.
Yeah, free food. Come respect the deceased whilst you have some tacos." Yeah. We immediately contacted.
Clearly a unique situation.
Oh yeah. We immediately contacted county authorities and followed their protocol and procedure. Under the authorities' guidance, we closed the area to patrons until all emergency services could arrive and followed the direction of the authorities. I don't know. What are you going to do?
Like, it's a unique situation. This definitely doesn't happen every day. You know what, though? It's opening the conversation for like, what's going on in the women's room? Ma'am, I'm just trying to serve you some water and take your order. But what's going on? A woman died. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. We gotta go now.
Oh, yeah, I'll just say no. So, someone's been taken ill. So until the ambulance arrives.
I mean, that would be the better play, but folks wouldn't, again, no one knows how to handle this correctly.
But I don't see the big, like, when people are saying, oh, you've disrespected her. Have you? Really?
I'm taking disrespect out of this. I'm more worried about like food contamination and all that bullshit. Like, again, like so many unnecessary questions the wait staff has to keep answering, whether it's the truth or a lie. Like, what's going on there? Someone had food poisoning. Oh my god, did they have to close off the bathroom? There's very bad food poisoning. Like, well, we shouldn't eat here then. Like, we don't want to get food poisoning, or just too many asterisks, too many variables. Like, just close the fucking place down till the body's gone. Shit. No one has to talk about it after that. Yeah, we were closed. We need to do a little cleaning today, or a private party happened. That's all they need to know.
Could have been worse. Gordon Ramsay could have showed up. Can you imagine that? That'd be a great
John
episode of
Tafford.
Kitchen Nightmares.
John Tafford's Bar Rescue too. That would be the most controversial.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
There you go. Difference. What do you think, listeners, loyal listeners? Let us know at Waffle Box Pod. Do you think they should have shut it down, or do you not see an issue with them keeping it open? Let us know at Waffle Box Pod on the Twitter sphere. Wonderful stuff. Before we wrap up the first half of this week's show, episode 69, it's now time for this week's Halloween special of the dumbest world record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Netflix. They like to do some shows. They did many of these shows, and this one particular show is now a world record holder. Kush, have you ever seen the horror mystery thriller show, The Midnight Club?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Me neither. So I don't know if it's any good. But so apparently it's broken the world record for the most scripted jump scares in a television episode.
Okay.
Guinness World Records announced that they announced the feat on Wednesday, saying that the episode's 21 jump scares was a new record. Guinness defines a jump scare as a pre-planned action executed with the intent to make a person jump. No, yeah, thanks for defining that for us, Guinness. The series is based on Christopher Pike's 1994 novel on the same name. The show follows a graduating high school senior who is awaiting admission to Stanford University. How thrilling. Here's my problem with this. Personally, I don't know how you feel about horror movies and all that good stuff. I think the jump scare one is outplayed and too lazy writing, if you're quite frankly. And so this Netflix show, I did a little bit of research because, again, never seen it. It's one of those, it's like each episode's, around like the 50 to 60 minute mark. Mm-hmm. So this one episode, which I haven't watched and I won't, basically features a jump scare on average every 2.5 minutes. That's ridiculous.
That gets incredibly old. Yeah. I'm okay with the jump scare. It needs to be used properly. In fact, this past autumn, or just a few months ago, we had the movie Smile. Shit, it might even been less than a month ago. Smile. Great use of jump scares in this
fucking
movie.
Creepy fucking.
Did you see it?
No, but I've saw the trailer.
No,
that was a freak me the fuck out already, so I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to watch it. Great use of jump scares though that are all legit terrifying. It got my heart racing. Like, oh my god! Clutch my jack.
Clutch my pearls. Ooh, that is it. Getting hot in here. Ooh.
But yeah, there are other movies that use it way too much. But every 2.5 minutes, it's just at some point like this, you're playing a drinking game, I guess. But by the way, you'll be poisoned by the end of the episode.
Yeah. Majority of them are just, it's like they always do the music. Yeah. And then like the protagonist is like always looking at like a bathroom cabinet or something, and then it's slowly zooming in. Oh, here it comes.
And he closes it, and there's like a cat.
Oh.
Or a zombie.
It's never anything good, is it? It's always like a cat, or it's a mouse. Fuck.
In Smile again, I think they keep it to rule of 3, but all done very well. All done very well.
Done classily.
And not just a cat.
It's done classily. Classily, I say.
Yeah, done properly. Done respectfully with care.
But also, let me bring this up. Quick shout out. By the way, maybe I was going to save it to next week, but it's I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, talked about it.
Our good friend, Mr. David Rush.
Oh,
he's back at it, and he has officially broken his 250th Guinness World Record.
Is the record breaking all the records?
That would make sense, wouldn't it? Like the world
That would
record
be
holder
great.
for most world
that
records
seems
broken.
like a give me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Seems like a give me.
Maybe that was 249. But then see, so here's the thing: if you do that, so let's say David Rush has broken the Guinness World Records for most Guinness World Records broken, and then he breaks another world record. So then, in theory, he's broken the world record for most Guinness World Records again. Is that like a twofer? Does it keep? Is it like a never-ending Russian doll situation? Each world record keeps unveiling another world record because he's broken the previous world record.
Yes. I mean, it's perpetual. It goes on forever.
So now he could do two at a time. What a guy! But this one, he broke the world record for furthest distance to blow a pea.
God bless this man.
I know. I'm going to
David
keep
Rush.
tweeting. David Rush, please.
You know,
come
David
on the
Rush.
show.
Come on the show, dude. I have questions. We need answers. Also, we are at the Waffle Box are attempting. We're not going to say what, but we're attempting to set our own world record, and I would love your advice. More details to follow way down the road. But David Rush, get at us. God damn it, man.
Do you want to know how far he blew a pea?
I do. How far do you blow that pea?
He blew a pea 24 feet and 7.6 inches.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Why not?
It's a good lung.
I mean, it could have only gone 3 feet. I was expecting him to like something stupid like 5 feet, but like 24 feet? Shit. Good for you, David Rush.
I don't think I'd be able to blow it. Like, unless you see, what's the surface now? Because if you grease up the surface, maybe it's like some shiny, laminate flooring. That makes it a lot easier.
Well, no, because the distance is where it bounces. It has to, that first bounce, that's where it lands, and then where it goes from there.
No, I think by the looks of the picture, it looks like he's laying on the floor. So I think he places the pea on the floor, and then he goes.
Oh, really? Okay, so I was expecting a straw and like him doing that bullshit. But okay, it's also interesting.
Yeah.
So we have David Rush. Get at us, man.
David.
We need answers.
Come to us.
Come on, man. He's in New Jersey. I'm in San Francisco. Just meet us in the middle. It's all going to be on Zoom anyways. Just come on.
Maybe, if we can get, I know it's still a while away, but if we could get him for the 100th episode of Waffle Box, that'd be pretty sweet.
Ooh.
There'd be so much special stuff going on in the episode.
That'd be dope.
David Rush.
Get ass, David Rush.
Respond to my tweets, damn it.
Rush and Kush, come on, together at last. Let's go.
Give the people what they want.
Rush, Mike, and Rush, Fish, and Kush.
It's like the boy band no one knew they wanted until they got it. That wraps up the first up to be speaks Waffle Box episode 69. Still to come, we've got. Does that count as a jump scare? Because that freaks you out every time I do it. It's pretty loud.
I was definitely not scared.
We've got the middle of the show quiz coming up. We've got a Black Adam movie review, feel good story of the week, and so much more. But stay tuned. We'll be right back after this quick break. Hey, you. Yes, you. Was you thinking of having that beer? But my friend, it's only 10 a.m. Won't everyone judge you for drinking this early? Well, don't worry, we've got just the thing to help you. Your very own Waffle Box mug. And now, everyone will just think you're drinking coffee, so you can enjoy your morning beer judgment-free. Go to wafflemerch.com to get yours today.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle Box episode 69. Still to come, we're reviewing Black Adam. You are getting sick of that, aren't you, Kush?
I'm confused by it. I'm wildly confused.
It's Quagmire from Family Guy. Giggity.
I know that.
But yes, that's the middle show quiz. As always, as we come back from the ads, I quiz Mr. Hayes, who claims to be this expert on movies. I don't guess he doesn't claim that. I'm just making that up. So I'm
claiming it now, though. Stupid.
Claiming it now. Dibs. So I quiz him on the week's movie topic, which of course is Black Adam. So this week's quiz is all about Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
That was very good.
Thanks. If you haven't listened or watched this show before, I give him 5 questions. Obviously, the aim of the game is to get best 3 out of 5 or a nice clean sweep 5 out of 5. If he gets the question right, he hears this noise, which makes him happy. If he gets the question wrong, he hears this noise, which makes him sad. Nice and simple. 5 questions. Chris Hayes, are you ready to be quizzed?
I'm ready.
Let the quizzing begin.
Fuck yeah.
So question number 1. Obviously, Dwayne Johnson, before he became a super mega star in Hollywood, was a professional wrestler. At what event, now I want the event and the year, did The Rock, or Rocky Maivia as he was then known, make his debut for the World Wrestling Federation?
SummerSlam 1996.
Oh, you was close. You was close. It was Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
6.
Survivor Series. I said SummerSlam. Oh my God.
They're both SSs.
I have to give it my Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you're a Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer. Shame.
Survivor Series, not SummerSlam. God damn it. Damn you, Vince!
Well, you got one more chance to redeem yourself, as the next question is also wrestling related. What was the first championship that The Rock won in the World Wrestling Federation?
Intercontinental.
Correct.
Yeah.
Bonus point, can you tell me who he beat?
I almost want to say the Ultimate Warrior, but it was someone else of distinct note.
Actually, off the top of my head, I can't remember now. It's one of 2 people.
It wasn't the Honky Tonk Man. Jake the Snake Roberts.
No, he's either Triple H or Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now I forgot.
Oh, fuck.
That doesn't matter. Anyway.
Fudge and graham crackers.
Question number 3. Before he officially left professional wrestling, he started to do some movies. What movie did The Rock, as he was still known then, make his acting debut?
The Mummy Returns.
Oh, don't call it a comeback. 2-1 Kush.
All right.
Now, as many people know, when you put
Haku
Dwayne...
Machete.
Haku Machete, the Scorpion King. What a guy. As many people know, if you put Dwayne Johnson on the bill, you're going to be making lots of moolah, lots of money. Now, can you tell me, there we go, make it rain. Can you tell me, as of recording this, released Wednesday, October 26th, 2022, what is The Rock's, Dwayne Johnson's, highest grossing movie?
I believe it's San Andreas. Like this weekend's Black Adam is his biggest opening, but I think San Andreas is his biggest film to date. Question mark?
It's actually Furious 7.
Of course it is. A goddamn $1 billion. Rest in peace, Paul Walker.
$1.5 billion dollary-doos.
Yeah.
Woo! Right, it's 2-2. 2-2.
He's in so much not of that movie.
Yeah. I know, I almost like disqualified it because he's obviously he's not the main guy, but he...
Yeah. No, it's still his movie. He's still in it.
He still made a check.
You're right. You're right to keep it. Yep.
Question number 5. It's the tiebreaker.
It's the tiebreaker.
Dwayne Johnson is obviously a man of many talents. Not only a professional wrestler, he's an actor, but he's got a bunch of businesses in the books. Can you tell me the name of Dwayne Johnson's tequila?
Oh, I want to say it's $7, but that's the name of his production
That's
company.
his production company, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. He's always promoting it too, which is sad.
Oh, Terramana tequila.
Well.
And he's got his signature on it.
Well.
But yeah, $7 production.
I have to take the walk
is
of
his
shame
production
now.
company. Apparently, he says that's the amount of money he had in his pocket when he went to venture into the world. But I guess I believe him. I don't. Yeah.
It's always a very weird stat when someone says, "I came to America with $3 in my pocket
and a dream.
Now I own a textile factory."
I came to America. Yeah, I came to
Who'd you
America
rob?
with probably maybe $100 in my pocket, but then I also had a credit card
in your pocket.
That's helped.
Oh, there you go. No one ever talks about the credit card.
No. See, I bet, yeah. What was his credit line like? Huh? Dwayne?
Well, probably back then, not very much.
Yeah. People want to know. And he claims to be the people's champion. Anyway. Let's remove some people from history, because god damn it, as we always say, this planet Earth is overcrowded, so we need to delete people from history one at a time. In this week, Trapdoor segment. I'm going to say trapdoor segments of the week. It's not. That's just trapdoor segment. There you go. Roll the clip.
Roll the clip. Roll the clip, Jerry.
So we're continuing our theme. We started on people's name beginning with A. We went to B, and then funny enough, we went to C. And here we land at people beginning with D. So I'm going to give you 4 people whose name begin with D. There we go. Thanks for the people watching at home. It's like Sesame Street with lower budget. I'm going to give you 4. The week is D. Is it? No, it's got to be Elmo, isn't it?
Coach Hayes giving you the D.
Is D. Hey, Kush is giving you the D on the 69th episode.
Giggity.
What?
So the 4 celebrities whose names begin with D are Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Dave Franco.
Interesting.
Donald Glover.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny Glover.
Oh.
So that's Dave Chappelle, Dave Franco, Danny Glover, Donald Glover. Which one has seen his last day on this beautiful sphere that we call Earth? Show you what.
I should have Danny Glover, but because he is so old,
he's too old for this shit. God damn it!
He is too old for this shit. Great call, Mike Fish. However, he's still a national treasure, so he's safe.
He helped defuse a. Well, no, he didn't defuse the bomb, but he had a bomb while he was taking a shit.
Saved the cat. Saved the cat.
Him and is it Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson jumped into a bathtub together. I bet I'm assuming obviously, now we're going off into a tangent. So he's on the toilet taking a shit as he discovers the bomb, and so Mel Gibson grabs him and pulls him into the bathtub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Danny Glover's pants are still around his ankles.
Yeah, did he wipe?
No.
Like, what was the situation there? I bet
the situation is he's probably very smelly and uncomfortable, and his dick touched Mel Gibson.
Oh, there was probably like
his ankles still.
Some drippage on Mel Gibson's jeans.
Probably. Or his shirt.
Okay.
It all depends on where Mr. Glover's laying. Is he laying on his tummy, or is he laying against his thigh? It's all uncomfortable, kids.
But luckily, I guess
think about it till now.
If you found out there's a bomb on the toilet whilst you're trying to take a shit, a little bit of background if you're not familiar with the human anatomy of the man with the penis. If you're very scared, sometimes your penis goes into fight or flight mode, shall we say, and goes. So maybe
sometimes it's a scared turtle.
So yeah, maybe
sometimes it's a
maybe
hose.
Maybe it wasn't so bad. So maybe when he was laying on top of Mel Gibson, there was just a little bush, rather than we'll never know. Maybe that's the director's cut.
Know. I actually want to say there is a line where Mel Gibson goes, "God damn, you got to put your pants back on." But regardless,
probably because I imagine at that time during it was hilarious to make the "I'm not gay" kind of joke. So maybe.
And they did that a couple times. Yeah.
Anyway,
different times, folks.
Anyway, different
time.
But
Danny Glover's
Danny
safe.
Glover,
Oakland native.
Danny Glover's safe. Official.
Oakland native Danny Glover is safe.
So we've got Donald Glover, Dave Chappelle, Dave Franco left.
Donald Glover. Goddamn, this guy is a modern day Renaissance man. He writes, he produces, he acts, he sings. What doesn't this guy do? I've been enjoying the 4th season of Atlanta, which somehow came out immediately after the 3rd season of Atlanta.
Well, the 4th one normally comes after the 3rd one.
But like immediately, like there wasn't very much time in between the two. Normally it's like a year. No, these things are like 3 months apart. It's wild. So Donald Glover, safe.
Oh, Donald Glover, safe. The Glovers safe. So we're down to Chappelle and Franco, the two Daves.
Dave Chappelle. Honestly, Dave Chappelle is the funniest man currently alive right now. Like no one's doing it bigger than him. He's got a lot of weird controversy surrounding him. We're not getting into that. But you know what? Short story. Dave Chappelle, safe. Unfortunately, Mr. Dave Franco, well, someone has to go. And while I think you're very talented, and I've enjoyed most of the projects you've been in, including the film you did with Jamie Foxx about the vampire hunters by day with Snoop Dogg, whatever it's called. Yeah, you're definitely the weakest of this 3. Doesn't mean that you're not strong. Just means of these 4, you're the weakest link. So, Dave Franco, take care, and I'm sure we'll see your brother very soon joining you.
Spoiler alert for when we get to Jay.
That's not too far away.
You just give me a great idea. Now I need to go away and get another audio clip for episode 70. So now you are the weakest
70,
link.
dude.
Goodbye.
Oh.
Bit of weakest link action there. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah, that's a very timely reference. Is that show even on anymore?
I honestly have no idea. But
I know it would be the same stuffy British lady because of the syndication stuff.
Yeah, what was her? I can picture her face, but I can't remember her name.
She was a thing for literally like 16 weeks, and then the show just went into syndication. I think like Meredith Vieira took over. Like, you'll find game shows that have their prime time slot, and the big name. It's Steve Harvey, and then there's the syndicate version. It's like, here's Louis Anderson. R.I.P. Louis.
Yeah, I want to say because I'm sure I saw a new episode a couple of years ago on Hulu, so maybe it's still on, but I don't know who's hosting anymore. But yeah, Steve Harvey, goddamn, that man's the king of the game show. No one touches him.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Touch him either.
Shut up. All right, let's talk about some movies. We've already quizzed Kush Hayes on Dwayne Johnson. Let's see what he's been up to in this week's Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review this week features superhero from the DC universe. Oh, before we get into that, did you see the big news today? Or yesterday, technically, because it's Wednesday now, not Tuesday when we're recording this. See the big news that came out about DC?
You have to be more specific. Oh, okay. Are you talking about James Gunn and
James Gunn is now the head of creative for DC. Now the rebranded DC Studios, or whatever it's called. That's
yeah, it's the DCEU. It's all the same. Anyway, great for you, James Gunn. It was not even a decade ago that you came out with the movie Super, starring Rainn Wilson. And while I thought it's a fantastic movie, critically it was only okay, and financially it bombed hard. And I remember you being on the Doug Loves Movies podcast promoting it, and being very cranky that day because just of everything I just said. Super was not the blockbuster people thought it would be. And good for you, dude. You've come a very long way. You even got canceled. And now you're the head of a fucking studio.
He was in like the cancel room with like Kanye West, and then he was like, actually, you know what? I'm gonna carry on working. See you later.
I'm gonna get a cup of coffee over here. Don't worry.
And he snuck out. But yeah, I mean, he's been doing his thing, but I think his big break was the Guardians of the Galaxy. That was his like first major thing, and then he did Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Then he went to DC and did Suicide Squad.
He got canceled.
Then he got canceled.
DC was like, we're just gonna scoop you up.
And then Marvel Studios were like, wait, what? We can still use him, and no one really cares.
Talk about this.
Can you come back? And so he's done Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and the holiday special, which comes out next month, which I'm very excited about.
That is coming up, isn't it?
Have you seen the trailer?
No. I didn't know there's a trailer for it.
Do you want me to spoil a little bit about it?
I don't care. Go ahead.
So obviously, is in Star-Lord, Peter Quill makes reference in some of the earlier the Guardians of the Galaxy that he's a big fan of Kevin Bacon from Footloose.
Okay.
And so to cheer up Peter Quill, because it's Christmas time and he's missing Christmas and all that good stuff. They don't explain how, but and to cheer up because he's lost his love of his life. What's the fuck? Batista's character?
Drax.
Drax and the woman with the Mantis, thank you.
Mantis.
Somehow they travel to modern day Earth and they try to kidnap Kevin Bacon to take to Star-Lord.
See, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah,
exactly. And
I'm all in.
A bunch of people, as you can imagine, on Twitter are like, oh, this looks so stupid. It's a holiday special. It's supposed to be stupid. It's supposed to be charming. It's not serious. Relax.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm thoroughly looking forward to that. Anyway, back to DC. DC.
I'm feeling it. So I was in Target the other day and they had a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special Lego set already. And I was just like, well, I don't want to see that because of spoilers. But I distinctly saw the box and I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's only September. But okay. Yeah. I wonder if Kevin Bacon is a Lego minifigure. Like, how great would that be?
And if you every time you pick him up, his foot comes off, just so that when parents take the toy back, they can go, oh yeah, no, his foot's supposed to be loose. Anyway, oh my god, this has gone off the rails. Black Adam, starring Dwayne The Rock. Tell the people about this movie, Kush. Oh, it's frozen.
It's Black Adam. It took. Oh, whoop, whoop,
oh, take a breather. Whoop. Take a breather. Your Wi-Fi's trying to catch up. 1 second. All right, give it a go.
Took 15 years to make. This has been Dwayne Johnson's passion project for the DCEU. It's for some reason a PG-13, despite being wildly violent. There's no blood, but at one point, Dwayne Johnson literally grabs a man and splits him in half, down long ways. Like this is a very violent movie.
Like
a long way, yeah.
Like
the head
turkey,
to sternum.
The turkey wishbone.
Nope. Goes for the skull and goes down. Actually,
yeah, it's not the way I'd have done it, but hey, each their own.
Very violent. It's very violent. He disintegrates some people. He literally melts a man. Like, lots of violence happening in this film, and it's part of the Shazam property. Did you see Shazam in 2019, Mike?
Did. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
That's delightful, right? It was the best kind of stupid. It's a family film, family. This is the exact opposite. It's still, Shazam powers, Black Adam can only turn into Black Adam when he says Shazam, or vice versa. But it's
so he has to say
incredibly
Shazam?
more violent. He still has to say Shazam.
Oh, so he can't just be walking around as like regular guy and then just yells Black Adam.
Surprisingly, no. Surprisingly, no.
That's a shame.
This is
so why is Shazam called Shazam, and Black Adam isn't also called Shazam? What's going on there?
Well, Black Adam, his name is actually Teth Adam, which sounds a lot like Death Adam, but I'm sure there's a whole explanation behind that.
Black Adam, relation? Can you confirm for the cross multiverse? Is Black Adam related to Black Tom from Deadpool?
Those are two different properties. That's DC. The other one's Marvel. So no.
I appreciate you giving me a serious answer to my ridiculously stupid question.
I know. I just, but other people might go like, no, is that a thing? Tell us more. Tell us about Black Tom. I don't know anything about Black Tom.
Wait,
it's Marvel, DC.
How could you? No, there's one's Marvel, one's DC. What are you doing?
I mean, some people don't know. Some people just don't know, and you should be okay with that. Not everyone needs to know the entire back history of every comic book character. And this movie is actually a perfect proof of that, because we get such characters as Dr. Fate and Hawkman. Now, Hawkman, growing up for me, I knew of Hawkman, but Hawkman was always just some weird redheaded bearded dude with wings that could fly and carried a spiked mace. Did you ever watch Smallville, Mike Krish? It's okay if you did, but did you? You did. Okay.
And do you remember?
Do you remember when they brought in Hawkman for one episode?
No, but I remember when the love interest started sex trafficking and went to prison. That was funny.
That was funny. That was funny, unless you were the people who got sex trafficked.
Of course, yeah.
In an episode of Smallville, they brought in Hawkman. And I had never known Hawkman's story before that. And he explained this. I am the descendant of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh, and I get my powers from the occult. And that sounds all fine and well, but when this blonde hair, blue-eyed Aryan love project is trying to tell you that, no, I'm descendant of Egyptians, of Egyptian gods, you're like, what the fuck are you trying? So Aldous Hodge actually now takes the place of Hawkman, and he's very good in it. What is weird about this 2 hour and 4 minute movie that could actually be shorter is we don't really get an explanation for Hawkman. Hawkman is just a dude with wings and a spiked mace and happens to be the head of the Justice Society of America as opposed to the Justice League. Those are two different things. And
for tax reasons, they have.
There's a lot of backstory for our quote unquote good guys that we never get any explanation for. Pierce Brosnan, by the way, plays Dr. Fate. Fantastic.
Of course he is. Pierce Brosnan's never been in a bad movie.
Pierce Brosnan in these movies, like he's great. This movie is okay. I enjoyed it. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. I don't like anti-hero bullshit, as I've expressed many times on the Waffle Box here. But you know what? Black Adam is literally just murdering mercenaries and oppressors to the state of this mythical quasi-Egyptian society. Everything in the DC universe is fake. There's still a Manhattan and a New York, but then Smallville's just right down the street and it's its own thing. Like, I don't know where we're getting all this land in the DC universe because real property and fake property coexist. Not important.
But for those that aren't super familiar, just to give kind of like a generalized synopsis, if you're not familiar with Black Adam, so basically, someone's home. You can hear the dog in the background.
I can hear the dog. Don't worry.
So Black Adam, basically, has the same similar powers to Superman, but the difference is Superman is all good and for justice, and we have to bring these bad people to justice. And Black Adam's like, fuck that, let's just kill him. Yep. I know it's very, very simplified explanation, but that's
yeah, and it's okay. Well, it's simplified if this was the regular DC comics, but because this is still the DCEU, like Superman is also incredibly violent, and He's not rescuing cats out of trees for little girls anymore. Like that's actually only happening on like Superman and Lois on the CW shows. By the way, the guy who plays Superman on that show, fantastic. Go watch Superman and Lois. It's very cheesy. It's a TV show, but best Superman that we got currently. Anyway,
You got to wait. Because they like to copy them. Eventually, in like 4 or 5 years, we're gonna have Superman and the multiverse of madness, and they're gonna have all the Supermen back.
well, they've done that already in the DC shows. They every year they do a crossover arc where all the DC shows on the CW lead into one another. So you'll watch Arrow one night, but then you'll need to watch The Flash the next night, and then you need to watch Legends of Tomorrow. Then you'll need to watch Supergirl that following. Like they got that shit on lock. So it's just one long event. And in one of those events, they had the Superman from Smallville, who was never Superman. They had the Superman from Superman Returns, and then the Superman from now Superman and Lois. So like at one point they were juggling 3 Supermans in this arc. So they've done that already, but it doesn't mean they can't still do it for a film. A lot of reviews I'm reading for this, on the average. So this movie's not getting great reviews, but at the same time, I'm just like, this is the same as every other superhero movie or comic book movie I've seen, be it DC or Marvel. It's very mediocre. It's right there. But a lot of people are going like, is this a good movie? No. Did I have fun? Yes. It's like you liked the movie or you didn't. Go fuck yourself.
Everyone's trying to be a critic.
You enjoyed it or you didn't.
Guess what? If you enjoyed it, it's a good movie.
Time. Yeah, I had a good time. Is it the best movie? Of course, fucking not. But it was way better than I thought it would be. It conquered a lot of things I had problems with. Again, I don't like anti-heroes, but this guy's only murdering bad people. All right, I don't give a shit. It's fine. What else do I want to say about this?
You know what? Just generally, I don't like the phrase anti-hero.
It's not a good phrase.
Because I guess I see where they're coming from, but yes, he's being violent, but he's killing bad guys. That makes him a good guy.
Yeah. There is a scene where Hawkman saves a mercenary from the wrath of Black Adam. And once he releases him, the entire everybody within that street sees that and they boo the shit out of Hawkman. Like, fuck you.
We wanted him torn in half.
Pressing us for 20 years. You're a superhero. This is the first time you set foot on our land here. What the fuck is your problem? Black Adam's solving our problems right now, dude. Get the fuck out of here. You're doing nothing for us. You are not needed here, Hawkman, you punk.
Go back to being James Bond, you dick.
This director I've never heard of before. His name is Jamais Collet Sarah. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. It seems very French. He has done films like Orphan, and he did another horror movie that is escaping me right now. But like Black Adam's introduction, quite horrific. You're just like, oh my god, this is terrifying. Like, there's no jump scares. It's still a comic book movie. There's still no blood, but you're just like, Jesus Christ, this dude is killing everybody in this room. Like enjoying it, taking his sweet time.
Just my dog walking in, just opening the door.
Close the door. Walk in. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, this episode's all over the fucking place. So anyway,
it's a wild episode, Mike Fish. It's a wild episode.
The seizure-inducing light, Oreo just coming in, just letting herself in and not closing the door. Anyway, so how would you rate Black Adam?
I'm gonna give it a low 4 out of 5. Like, again, it was better than I thought it would be. It is not really any different from any other comic book movie, regardless of the brand. It's very paint by numbers, but I still had a good time. It's incredibly violent. I don't know why they tried to keep this a PG-13 instead of just letting it be the R rating it should be. Not that would have made it a better movie, but it's just like, felt like you went to a little extra effort for no reason. A man, again, is literally split in half. Like, blood or no blood. That's horrific, dude.
Wait, so when the guy gets split in half, there's no blood comes out?
No blood comes out.
Interesting.
He's just like a piece of paper.
Okay, that's
We get into some
interesting.
ideal philosophies here. Is your way better? Is my way better? You know, like when the Punisher, who is an anti-hero, the Punisher, sure, he's killing like, you know, drug smugglers and human traffickers, but then like if you also stole a candy bar, he might break your fucking arm. And like Black Adam's not dealing with that. He's like, I'm only killing these oppressors. I'm only killing these people oppressing
Yeah, I'm not
this
dealing
land
with
that
a
I
small
haven't lived
time.
in 5,000 years.
He doesn't get out of bed for robbery.
Yeah. Yeah. As everyone knows, the worst kept secret in Hollywood is Henry Cavill's Superman makes an appearance in the post-credit scene. It's guys, don't go see this movie because of that one scene. It's 10 seconds long and it does nothing, and it's probably going to lead to nothing. However, it will tell you that Henry Cavill is still a part of this universe, and if you like that, then you should love Black Adam. Otherwise, again, it's a very low 4 out of 5. I had a good time watching it. It's the best Zack Snyder movie that Zack Snyder never directed. And will I ever watch it again? Probably not, but I will. I'm looking forward to Shazam Part 2 in the next couple of weeks or months, even. And there it is, Black Adam, 4.5 a low 4 out of 5. Ooh, I almost raised it. Inflation.
So for the post-credit scene,
Mhm.
is there like an interaction, or is it just literally Superman just pops up? Hello.
They have an so Amanda Waller, who I don't know if you're familiar with that name, she's been in the last 2 Suicide Squad movies. I think she was even in like the Justice League movie. She sends a drone to Black Adam's palace, and she's like, "Hey, Black Adam, if I can't keep you locked up in my prison, then you can't leave this land. And if you do, I'm gonna fuck you up." And he's like, "There's no one on this planet that's gonna fuck me up, bitch. Shut the fuck up." And she's like, "I know people that aren't from this planet, and I'm gonna call them a favor." And Black Adam destroys the drone, and then in the smoke, you see a black silhouette float down, and out of the smoke comes Henry Cavill Superman. He's like, "Hey man, it's been a long time since anyone made anybody a little nervous around here. You and me, we need to talk." Cut the black.
And second question.
It got the biggest reaction at my screening.
Oh, I bet.
One lone female all the way in the back went, "Yay!" And I wasn't mad at her, but I was also like, "You're the only one doing this, bitch. Maybe you should sit down. You're embarrassing yourself."
Well, I've already said my piece about clapping in the movie theater, and you defended it, so that's on you.
I still defend it.
It's on you.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at her being excited for a film, a kino.
Second question: did Superman have a mustache?
Negative.
Oh.
No, in fact, it's, you know, he's clean shaven Henry. He's there's no CGI. Like that has all right angles.
I want Superman to have some facial hair. I think it'd be fun.
Well, you should watch Superman and Lois then. Tyler Hoechlin only has 5 o'clock shadow. It's amazing. Like,
no, I don't
like,
want.
I'm a superhero raising 2 teenagers, and I'm like tired. I'm trying to save the world. I can't.
I don't like. Oh, I'm hungover kind of Superman.
He might be hungover. There's a lot of drinking going on in Superman and Lois. Like every episode, there's a scene where like, "Here, let me pour you a bottle of wine. Here you go, Superman. Enjoy this red Cabernet." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, Lana Lang. I'm enjoying this Cabernet."
I remember her being cute. Anyway, 4 out of 5. Check it out. It's just in movies, right? Because it moved in movie theaters.
It's only in the cinema right now. It'll probably be on HBO Max in 2 months.
And that's when I'll watch it.
Yeah. Folks, again, I apologize for not doing a show last week. We would have done a review for Halloween Ends. And if you want to hear that review, check out this week's Microdose.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I enjoyed it quite a bit, actually.
Okay. Well, we'll check
until it became a Halloween movie in the last 10 minutes. Check out my review. It's going to be on this week's Microdose with my man James Marshall from the Where Nobody Knows Your Name podcast, all the way out of jolly old England.
Why are you doing podcasts with English people? They're weird.
They are weird. I agree. But you know what? I have a great time with them. And we talk about a lot of interesting stuff.
and that comes out Friday.
This Friday.
Check it out. Go to bosnet.family. Also, if you want to go to bosnet.family, not only can you listen to the entire back catalogue of Microdoses and Sweet Science Cinema and all that good stuff, you can also find the back catalogue of Waffle Box where you can watch all the episodes there. Go to bosnet.family, won't you? Yeah.
Listen to all of our episodes about Kanye West.
Yeah.
They're there.
Kanye West show. Anyway, that's enough about Black Adam splitting bad people open like Wishbones and Kanye West doing stupid things. Let's make some lighter affair and talk about this week's feel-good story of the week.
I started dancing before the music cue.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire
Don't mute
life.
your
That's
microphone
insane.
this time.
Can I hear it again?
That's all right.
Yeah. Feel-good story. This week's feel-good. Just check. You good? You good? Can we still hear you?
I'm good.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So this week's feel-good story of the week comes from Minnesota. So there was once upon a time a Minnesota farmer named Scott Legreed was seriously injured back in August in a car accident when he swerved to avoid hitting a puppy in the road. What a guy. Unfortunately, when he went off the road, he ended up breaking his collarbone, a shoulder blade, 7 ribs, and cracking 2 vertebrae.
Damn.
And sustaining a collapsed lung and concussion. Woof! That's a hell of an injury.
All for a puppy.
Good for him, though. Save the puppies. The doctor said he wouldn't be able to...
But sure. Yeah.
I mean, in hindsight, he probably was like, maybe he's Team Cat now. So doctors said he wouldn't be able to get on a tractor for several months. Now, Legreed runs his farm in the town of Frost, Minnesota, almost entirely on his own. And the harvest from his 600 acres of corn and soybeans is his lone source of income.
Yeah.
Which obviously is a big issue. But once word spread in Frost, Minnesota, population 198, story comes from the Washington Post, by the way, of what happened, one neighbor was able to recruit 18 farmers from the town to help Scott. And back in October 4th, they arrived at his farm with their equipment and in no time had the soybeans harvested for him.
That's wonderful.
They've already said they're going to come back later this month to help him with the corn. What a nice little town. So luckily he's still got his income after saving that puppy and just almost dying. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And he was running that whole thing by himself?
Well, it says almost entirely on his own.
All right, so he had 1 or 2 helpers.
Some of
All
his,
right,
yeah,
that's fine. That makes more sense. It's weird that I don't even just like confirm that. Like, yeah, you had 1 or 2 helpers. One, this is what community is all about. You hear a neighbor has been injured or impacted by something dramatic, and then you go and help them. You don't wait to ask them for help. You just go and fucking do it. And there's a lot of labor involved in this. 600 acres. Like, I don't even know how much 1 acre is.
No, I have no reference to 1 acre is.
I think there's maybe like a 1/4 acre in front of my front yard, but I still don't. I don't even know how to measure that. I would not know how to measure that. So 600 acres of corn and soybeans. Wow.
Hey Siri, how big is 1 acre? Oh, you're just going to shoot. You're not going to say anything. I thought he was going to have a cameo from Siri. Okay, whatever. So, 1 acre is 0.0016 miles squared.
0.0016.
That's still so like I don't what the
that doesn't tell us.
Doesn't answer anything. But 600 of them.
Let's see if Alexa's got this. 43,600 something square feet. That still also doesn't help either, unfortunately.
So
that's a bigger number.
I'm 6 foot, so and 40 something thousands bigger than that. So that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of land.
It's a lot.
So
it's a lot of land, and then he's got 600
of them.
So
it's a
you
lot
got
of
some great
soybeans and
neighbors,
corn.
dude. You're gonna, you know, I think you need to just break down and hire some extra help, and not just for the acres, but for now, half the population of your town bailed you out, dude. You owe everybody a favor.
Oh, at least a nice dinner. Come to my farm and have some soybeans and corn. Also, and it doesn't specifically say in this article, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and suggest if you swerve off the road to protect a puppy and have a crash, and the outcome is breaking your collarbone, shoulder blade, 7 ribs, 2 vertebrae, and a collapsed lung, I'm going to guess this gentleman wasn't wearing his seatbelt. So buckle up, everyone. Buckle up.
Yeah, you know what? There's something about those Midwesterners that, like, there's so much land in between destination A and destination B. We're like, yeah, it's just straight road. Like, why do I need to wear a seatbelt? Like, I was with a dude from Texas this past summer, and we had to drive not a great distance or whatever, but I was just like, here I am putting on my seatbelt to go 3 blocks, and he's like, nah, whatever. I got the seatbelt is clicked, and I'm sitting on the seatbelt while I drive. And I was like, you know, man, like, I know you're a safe driver, and I know we're around safe drivers, but stupid shit happens, and like everything's about safe driving here, so maybe you should wear your seatbelt. But he didn't, and nothing bad happened, so I didn't judge any further. But yeah, god damn it, guys, wear your fucking seatbelt.
I guess you could buckle it up and sit on it, but yeah, one of the main reasons I like to wear a seatbelt, not only for safety around here, but funny enough, I was in Texas this past weekend, and there is lots of just straight roads and not many people on there. So
yeah,
I'm not going to judge anyone, I guess, for that. Whatever, I'll be fine.
But you get it.
But with modern cars, what my problem is, again, I guess you could click it and sit on it. But if I didn't want to wear my seatbelt, after a while, the car going bing, 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 bing would be. You know what? Fuck it, I'm going to put my seatbelt on. Jesus Christ, I couldn't do that. Because I was the person I was.
Admit this. I have also just like, it's 2 blocks. I'll be fine. It's not a straight road by any means, but like, and sure enough, the thing that bang. Bang.
Oh, yeah.
Bang,
the person who we was like taking it in turns driving, and the guy who was driving, I guess he forgot. But whenever we drove off, he wasn't wearing his seatbelt. And after a little while, I just said, "Can you please put your seatbelt on, please?"
It is a very unpleasant sound.
I guess, but by design.
I think it's designed to be an unpleasant sound. Yeah, like, you know, you hear a bell anytime, it's not a big deal, but like something about this, stop doing that. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, fuck.
Do you know what would be really, what they could replace it with? Instead of the bing, bing, have what's the song called? Just have it like on repeat. So until you put your seatbelt on, that love you. Like, you can't put any radio stations on or anything like that. This is all this car plays until you put your seatbelt on.
Are we getting lyrics with this, or are we just getting the car version of that? Bing, bing, bing.
No, it has to be whoever. I can't remember who does that song, but she has to get royalties because it has to have the lyrics.
Well, she still gets the royalties.
Part.
She'll still get the royalties.
Like, just on heat.
Yeah.
Until you
I had a friend
whose
sister owned a Toyota Camry, and every time you used one of the turn signals, didn't matter if you wanted to go left, didn't matter if you wanted to go right, it would play a jingle of "Loving You" by Elvis. So, bing, 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 bing. I might even have the song wrong, but like, it doesn't matter. It's not a different song every time you turn right. It's the same. Bing, 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 clip. And I got to turn right again. It wouldn't start where you left it. It would start with bing, 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 bing. Like, oh my god. Like it's
Oh, what would be really good? Instead of the bing, 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 just say like you start driving without your seatbelt on. And it has to do it at a random point. So it can't do it straight away. It can be like after 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, just randomly.
Right.
Full blast. Samuel Jackson was like, put your fucking seatbelt on. Oh, shit. Okay. Scare people to do it.
Yeah, I get it.
Car
that would
companies.
work. And guess what? Sam would not say no to doing that gig.
Great stuff. Look at that. We're saving the world. One episode at a time. Whoa! That was another episode of Waffle Box. Thanks for tuning in for episode 69.
We did it, y'all.
Make sure you follow us at Waffle Box Pod.
Oh.
What? Did you get the 69 reference?
69.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you cheeky monkey.
So dinner for two, as the kids say. Wafflebox Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Enjoy wafflebox.com for all the links. If you want to buy some sweet merch, which is there in the background for those watching the video version, go to wafflemerch.com. Got some new stuff coming out already, but there's going to be a new design on there soon. You can follow me at OnlyMikeFish. You can follow this guy
at Kush_Hayes.
And also, if you want to watch me occasionally play some video games, you can go to twitch.tv/WaffleboxPlays, where I'm currently playing Return to Monkey Island, which is a fun little game. So check that out. Go to twitch.tv/WaffleboxPlays. But until next week, don't forget to take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.